Hello and welcome dear students. Today we are going to discuss an important topic, that's major contribution of Takhtajan to plant systematics. The main objectives of today's lecture are introduction about biography of Takhtajan, contribution of Takhtajan, Takhtajan's system of classification, and merits and demerits of Takhtajan's system of classification. First of all, we will discuss the biography of Takhtajan. Arman Takhtajan was born in Shusha, Nagorno-Karabakh, Russia on 10 June 1910 to an Armenian family. Arman Takhtajan throughout his childhood showed a keen interest in natural history. Arman attended school in Tbilisi, Georgia. There he came under the influence of one of his teachers, Alexander Makeyev, who had previously taught agriculture at Tbilisi State University and had produced a dictionary of botanical names in Georgian, Russian and Latin languages. His teacher Makeyev used to take Arman on botanical excursions, taught him to identify plants from Sosnovsky and Grosham's determinants of plant life in the vicinity of Tbilisi. In 1928, he completed secondary school and traveled to Leningrad. There he volunteered at the biology school at Leningrad University and attended lectures by Vladimir Komarov on plant morphology. In 1929, he began his studies in biology at Yerevan State University in Armenia, which he completed in 1931. He then returned to Tbilisi, enrolling in the All-Union Institute of Subtropical Crops. In 1932, after completing his course at Tbilisi, he worked for a while as a laboratory assistant at Sukhumi, Georgia, at the subtropical branch of the All-Union Institute of Applied Botany and New Crops before returning to Yerevan. In Yerevan, he took a position as researcher at the Natural History Museum of Armenia and then at the Herbarium of the Armenian branch of the Institute of Biology, Soviet Academy of Sciences, and began teaching at Yerevan University in 1936 while completing his master's thesis. He died in St. Petersburg on November 13, 2009 at the age of 99, having just completed his most important work, that's flowering plants. Now, let us go through our second objective, that is contributions of Takhtajan. Arman Takhtajan was a leading Russian plant taxonomist and chief of the Department of Hair Plants in V.L. Komarov Botanic Institute, erstwhile USSR Academy of Sciences, Leningrad. He was considered as an international authority on phytogeography, origin and phylogeny of flowering plants. He was the president of the 12th International Botanical Congress held in Leningrad in 1975. His classification was first published in 1954 in Russian, but came to be known outside world only after its English translation, known as Origin of Angiospermous Plants, which was published in 1958. The system was elaborated in De Evolution der Angiospermum in 1959 and Systema et Phylogenia Magnoliophytorum in 1966, both in Russian. The classification became popular with the English translation of the latter as Flowering Plants, Origin and Dispersal by Jeffrey in 1969. The classification was published in a revised form in Botanical Review in 1980. A more elaborative revision of this classification appeared in the Russian work Systema Magnoliophyto in 1987. Between 1980 and 1987, he proposed minor revisions in 1983 and 1986. His final comprehensive system of classification was published in 1997. That is Diversity and Classification of Flowering Plants. Earlier, Takhtajan, along with Conquest and Zimmermann, had also provided a broad classification of Embryobiota in 1966. Now, dear students, to describe in detail the system of classification proposed by Takhtajan. Takhtajan provided a classification of Angiosperms up to the family level, in line with the Bayesian school of thought, and was strongly influenced by Hutchinson, Hellier, and the other more progressive German workers. He believed in the monophyletic origin of angiosperms. The group having origin from seed ferns Lygonopteridophyta. According to Takhtajan, the angiosperms are of neotenous origin. He considered Magnoliales the most primitive among the living angiosperms with simple, entire, pinnately veined leaves, which represent the juvenile stage of frond-like leaves of the seed ferns. Takhtajan was of the opinion that angiosperms arose under environmental stress, probably as a result of adaptation to moderate seasonal drought on rocky mountain slopes in an area with monsoon climate. For many years, Takhtajan considered Winteraceae along with Degeneraceae to represent the most primitive angiosperms. Finally, he chose Degeneraceae as the most primitive family, placed under the order Magnoliales. This is interesting in light of the fact that many contemporary authors regard Winteraceae or Paleoherbs among the most primitive groups of the living angiosperms. While deciding the placement of various groups, Takhtajan has used a number of criteria based on his understanding of the available information. Dear students, Takhtajan's major findings are summarized as: the most primitive angiosperms are regarded to be the small, evergreen trees or shrubs, taller trees, and deciduous, habit being later developments. Simple leaves with entire margin and pinnate venation are primitive. Pinnately and palmately lobed leaves arose subsequently, followed by the pinnate and palmate compound leaves. Primitive flower is moderate in size, in few flowered cymes as in Degeneria. The large flowers of Magnolia and Nymphaceae are of secondary origin. Petals have dual origin, from the bracteates in Magnoliales and from the stamens in Caryophyllales. Earlier, angiosperms have numerous spirally arranged variants of modified bracts. Distinct sepals and petals are secondary developments. Primitive stamens were broad, laminar, three-veined, and not differentiated into filament and connective. The common ancestral type had marginal sporangia, and later on gave rise to the abaxial types and the adaxial types. Monocolpate pollen grains are primitive, from which arose tricolpate and then the polycolpate types. Primitive corpulus are free, unsealed, conduplicate, containing numerous ovules and with laminar placentation. Outer integument arose from the copule of ancient gymnospermous ancestor. Unitegmic ovules arose by fusion of two integuments or abortion of one. Takhtajan earlier regarded monocotyledons as being of aquatic origin, from Nymphaeales via Elismatales. Later, he regarded that the Elismatales as a lateral side branch of monocotyledons and proposed that Nymphaeales and Elismatales had a common origin from hypothetical extinct terrestrial group of Magnolidae, the main monocotyledon stock being terrestrial in origin. As against the classification proposed in 1980, the revision proposed in 1987 had one subclass, each added to Magnoliopsida and Liliopsida. Also, 17 superorders, 56 orders, and 96 families were added to Magnoliopsida, and 8 superorders, 17 orders, and 27 families to Liliopsida. In this 1997 revision, he added 3 new subclasses, that is Nymphaeidae, Nelambonidae, and Cornidae to Magnoliopsida and to Commelinidae and Aridae to Liliopsida. He further added 18 superorders, 47 orders, and 29 families in Magnoliopsida and 20 orders and 27 families in Liliopsida. An interesting aspect about the 1987 classification of Takhtajan was uncertainty about the placement of the family Cynomoriaceae, the single genus Cynomorium, earlier placed in family Balanophoraceae, was removed to the family Cynomoriaceae and placed next to Balanophoraceae under the order Balanophorales by Takhtajan. In his 1987 classification, Takhtajan has placed this family under the order Cynomoriales, but not being certain about its affinities, and has placed this order tentatively towards the end of Rosidae. In his 1997 classification, He has brought Cynomorales under Magnolidae within superorder Balanophorinae. A major departure of Takhtajan from earlier versions is the recognition of Commelinidae as a distinct subclass in agreement with the position taken by Cronquist. Takhtajan, unlike Cronquist, placed Lilidae at the beginning of Liliopsida, while the Elismatidae are placed higher up after Erisidae. Like other phylogenetic systems of classification, the presumed relationship of various subclasses and superorders is indicated with the help of bubble diagram. The size of each bubble or balloon representing the relative size of each group. The branching pattern, the phylogenetic relationship, and the length of bubble depict its evolutionary advancement. Now, let us go through the outline of the Takhtajan's classification system up to subclass as published in the Diversity and Classification of Flowering Plants is as Division Magnoliophyta includes class Magnoliopsida, subclass Magnolidae, Nymphaeidae, Nilambonidae, Ranunculidae, Caryophyllae, Hamamelidae, Dilinidae, Rosidae, Cornidae, Asteridae, Lamidae. Class Liliopsida includes subclass Lilidae, Commelinidae, Erisidae, Elismatidae, Triuridae, Eridae. Finally, let us deliberate about our last objective, that's merits and demerits of Takhtajan system of classification. First of all, let's discuss merits of Takhtajan system of classification. The latest classification of Takhtajan showed several improvements in light of recent information on phylogeny and phonetics. Many merits achieved in the earlier versions have also been retained in this latest revision. The major achievements of this system of classification include a general agreement with the major contemporary systems of Cronquist, Dahlgren, and Thorne, and incorporation of phylogenetic as well as phonetic information for the delimitation of orders and families. The genus Nilambo was earlier placed in the family Nymphaceae under Nymphaeolus. Takhtajan separated it to Nilambonaceae under the order Nilambonales on the basis of the occurrence of tricolpate pollen grains, embryo structure, absence of late spurs, and chromosome morphology. He finally separated it to a separate superorder Nilamboninae under the distinct subclass Nilambonidae. Similarly, the genus Eucomia was earlier placed in the family Hamamelidaceae. Takhtajan removed it to the family Eucomiaceae under the order Eucomiales based on the presence of stipules, unilacunar nodes, unitegmic ovule, and cellular endosperm. Also, the genus Paeonia, placed under the family Ranunculaceae in earlier classifications, was separated by Takhtajan to the family Paeonaceae under the order Paeonales on the basis of evidence from chromosomes, floral anatomy, and embryology unique embryogeny with synostic pro-embryo stage. The system is more phylogenetic than that of Hutchinson and other earlier authors and is based on now widely accepted phylogenetic principles. The derivation of Monocotyledons from the terrestrial hypothetical extinct group of Magnolidae is largely favored, as also the view that Elismatales and Nymphaeales represent ancient side branches and have a common origin. Abolition of artificial group names Polypetalae, Gamopetalae, Lignosae, Herbaceae resulted in more natural grouping of taxa. Lamiaceae and Verbinaceae are thus brought together under the single order Lamiales. Caryophyllaceae, Chenopodiaceae, and Partulaceae have similarly been placed under the orders Caryophyllales. Nomenclature is in accordance with the International Code of Botanical Nomenclature even up to the level of division. The placement of Magnolidae as the most primitive group of angiosperms, dicotyledons before monocotyledons, Magnoliales at the beginning of Magnoliopsida finds general agreement with other authors. Depiction of the putative relationships of major subclasses and superorders with the help of a bubble diagram is very useful. It gives some idea about the relative size of different groups, point of cladistic divergence, and degree of advancement reached. Larger groups are represented by larger bubbles. Vertical length, the degree of advancement, and the point of separation of a branch, its cladistic divergence. By splitting Asteridae into two subclasses, Lamidae and Asteridae, a more rational distribution of sympatalous families has been achieved. Separation of Asteridae and Lamidae has also been followed by Thorne and APG second, although under informal groups U. Asterides first and U. Asterides second. Also, Cornani, which shows affinities with the sympatalous families, have been placed in an independent subclass Cornidae. APG second also places Cornales in distinct informal group U. Asterides, although Thorne places Cornani under Asterides. Removal of the order Urticales from Haemimelidae and its placement in an independent superorder Urticani between Malvani and Euphorbiani under Dillenidae is more appropriate. The placement of Deinocophylaceae in a separate order, Deinocophyllales, is in line with the opinion presented by Metcalfe and Chalk, who on the basis of anatomical evidence proposed that the family occupied an isolated taxonomic position. Earlier, the family had been included in the order Thales next to the family Ancistrocladaceae. Nymphaeales, whose position within the dicots has been a matter of debate, have been placed in a distinct subclass Nymphaeidae under Magnoliopsida. The ending "-ane", earlier opposed in favor of "flori", has now been accepted, since the ending "flori" restricts the usage to angiosperms and is not universal in application. The separation of Brassicaceae and Caparaceae has found support from chloroplast sequence data, consistent with morphological data. The merger of Asclepiadaceae with Apocynaceae has been supported by molecular analysis, because recognition of distinct Asclepiadaceae would render Apocynaceae as paraphyletic. After merits, we will discuss demerits of Takhtajan's system of classification. With the latest revision of his classification in 1997, Takhtajan attempted to remove deficiencies in the earlier versions of his system. The critical appraisal of his latest version in future may bring out some further drawbacks. These limitations of the system can be underlined. The system, although very sound and highly phylogenetic, is not helpful for identification and for adoption in herbaria, as it provides classification only up to the family level. Also, keys to the identification of taxa are not provided. Dahlgren and Thorne consider that the angiosperms deserve a class rank equivalent to the main groups of gymnosperms such as Pinopsida, Psychedopsida, etc. Clifford, by numerical analysis, have shown that Aeriales are closer to Liliales. Dahlgren placed Aeriales next to Liliflori. The recent studies have shown that affinities of Ariaceae with Elismatales. As such, the family is included under Elismatales in APG second and under Elismatidae by Thorne. Although the system is based on data derived from all sources, in final judgment, more weightage is given to cladistic information compared to phenetic information. Ehrendorfer points out that Haemimelidae don't represent an ancient side branch of Magnolidae, but are remnants of a transition from Magnolidae to Tillinidae, Rosidae, Asteridae. Behnke and Brothlot point out that Caryophyllales have P3 type plastids, whereas Polygonales and Plumbiginales have S type plastids, and thus advocate their removal from Caryophyllae to Rosidae, retaining only Caryophyllales in the subclass Caryophyllae. Though not agreeing on the removal, Takhtajan partly incorporated Behnke's suggestion by placing all the three orders under separate superorders Caryophyllinae, Polygoninae, and Plumbaginae, but within the same subclass Caryophyllae. Thorne places Plumbaginaceae and Polygonaceae under the same single order Polygonales. Further, splitting an increase in the number of families to 589 has resulted in a very narrow circumscription by the creation of numerous monotypic families such as Pottingeraceae, Barclayaceae, Hydrostridaceae, Nandinaceae, Griselineaceae, Hypocoaceae, etc., and numerous oligotypic ones such as Balanophoraceae, Sarraceniaceae, Paganiaceae, and Agrophyllaceae. Most authors regard the vesselless family Winteraceae or Paleoherb Amboriliaceae the most primitive among living angiosperms, but Takhtajan regarded Degeneraceae as most primitive, considering Winteraceae as an isolated group and placing it in a separate order Winterales. The family Amboriliaceae finds place under Lurani. Takhtajan has made substantial changes in his scheme of classification in 1997 over his earlier version of 1987. Unfortunately, however, he has failed to provide a bubble diagram, which was a positive feature of his earlier versions and was very useful in relating affinities between the groups as also to know the relative sizes of the various groups. This is especially significant as he has added 3 new subclasses under dicots and 2 new under monocots. Takhtajan suggested that smaller families are more natural. According to Stevens, this is incorrect. Monophyletic groups that include fewer taxa, Takhtajan's smaller families don't necessarily have more apomorphies, even if all members of such groups are certainly to have more features in general. Family Triuridaceae is removed under a separate subclass and separate superorder, but the evidence from 18S rDNA sequencing justifies its placement under Pandanales. Thorne shifts Triuridaceae under Pandanini, but distinct order Triuridales. The monocotyledons are placed after dicotyledons, whereas the recent classifications place them between primitive angiosperms and the eudicots. The families Winteraceae and Canalaceae are placed in 2 separate orders, whereas the multi-gene analysis have provided 99 to 100% bootstrap support in their relationship. The two are accordingly placed in the same order in APG second and under the same suborder in Thorne. The affinity between these two families is also supported by morphological studies. With this, we come to the end of today's lecture. Hope you have enjoyed it well. Thank you for watching.